All right, be right back. Get me some coffee. I'm kidding.
Are you?
I'm good.
No, you're not drinking coffee because you've got a very well thought out bedtime routine, right, Brad?
Finish eating by 7:30. No devices prior to 8:30 at night. 7:45, I'll take some sort of a sleep aid like melatonin or CBD. Blackout shades, noisemaker, sleep.
Well, I mean, if you wake up at 4 a.m., Brad, it makes sense to go to bed at 8. I mean,
right. Yes. Bedtime. Like I get mad at my neighbors.
Oh, you're that guy. I don't get well, I can't hear my neighbors. Actually, the neighbor, not my next one, but the one down is a drummer. And he does like to practice at like 11 o'clock at night.
That seems considerate.
That sucks.
I don't care. I've been a drummer my whole life. I can't say I've not done the same.
I had I had 2 or 3 paragraphs typed out of an angry letter to the city to get to the trains for them running at 9:30 at night and like hitting
that shit's federal, man.
I know.
Good luck with that.
They
Brad.
can't do nothing.
And that's when I realized I was 2 paragraphs and I was like, okay, this is actually not going to go anywhere. This is a little cathartic just typing it. But
I did read there was one state or some local jurisdiction that did take on the Fed and did get the train whistle silenced. But of course, Donnie here knows the most because you have to deal with it a lot.
Yeah, so there's actually a town right by where I am, and it took them, I don't know, 6-7 years, but they finally got it designated as a federal quiet zone.
Wow.
That regulates when trains can blow their horns and how far away they can do it and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it took them a long time to do it. But yeah, I know my town gets cut in half by trains about 6 times a day.
Yeah.
Wow. And they hold down that horn the whole way through town. It's crazy. We've got a friend that lives like 2 blocks or about a block and a half from the tracks, and it fucking sounds like it's in his living room.
I could hit the train at the Rock from my apartment.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Sometimes I wish my house was a federal quiet zone.
Right? Be nice.
Like,
no Jake breaks.
Have you ever ridden like a Amtrak?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, Amtrak, no. It's peaceful. It's so peaceful.
We took a train from Seattle to San Francisco, or from Seattle to LA once.
Seattle to LA. That's like down the coast.
It was like fucking miserable, is what it was.
Yeah. What? Well, why was it miserable?
Well, first of all, it was when half of California was on fire. So like we'd be going through like the Northern California, and all you'd see is like orange smoke and flames, like 300 yards from the train tracks. We're all like, should we be here? Is this what we should really be doing?
A little bit.
And then like, it's just like it's so uncomfortable. After about the first 4 hours, you're like, all right, this was a fucking horrible idea.
Huh. Yeah, we lived in Wyoming for a bit, and my family took a sleeper cabin from there to Washington to Seattle. It was like a 3-day trip. I think it was 5 or 6. I hated it. I got super car sick or motion sick, and then they had to stop because somebody had a heart attack and died on the train. Oh. And so the ambulance came to meet him on the tracks, and I was like, Mom, what's a heart attack? She's like, well, it's when your heart explodes.
That's a bit aggressive.
And then so the rest of the trip, I'm like sick and like thinking my heart's going to fucking explode. And that's what's wrong with me. So
I don't know. Maybe it's just my perception of things or like my baseline stress level, but it's like I get on the train and it's like nothing can affect me now. I'm just here.
I have extremely bad. Well, it's not really bad, but I can't sit still. For an extended period of time. And if you try to strap me into a chair because it was a 36-hour train ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going crazy about 8 hours. And we're just, me and my buddy Seth are just walking up and down the cars. People probably thought we were about to jet train or something.
Like a toddler walking up and down.
Yeah. It's like, I just can't sit still. Like we went to the bar and drank and tried to get drunk. That didn't work.
You and I are different in that way because it's like I just feel like I'm hermetically sealed in this cabin, and like I am where I am. My decisions don't matter anymore. I have no pressures, no obligations. My body is just simply being moved over the ground from one place to another. I feel that way on an airplane too.
Flights don't bother me.
Yeah, Amtrak around here, right? You got to drive like an hour and a half north. It's basically unattended. The train's gonna pick you up at 3:30 in the morning. Like it's crazy. So
yeah.
They tried to start a public transportation here in Nashville called the Nashville Star. They built one route that goes from Mount Juliet to downtown, and nobody ever rode it. So they're like, fuck that.
They just have to do more, and they have to advertise it. They have to whatever. Obviously,
you gotta build more routes for the people who don't ride the routes yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we're going to spend $1 billion on a fucking football stadium. That's what we're going to do.
I heard about that. Good luck.
Fuck that up.
Good luck, citizens of Nashville. Building a stadium for your corporate overlord or blah, 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 whatever.
I can't wait to do that with our kingdom.
Yep.
You guys going to build stadiums?
Yep.
Fuck yeah. Yep.
Yeah. What is your animal mascot for your kingdom going to be?
The honey badger.
Yeah, that was top of my head too, is honey badger, but
The honey badger.
ain't nobody fucking with the honey badger.
And, we are now embarking on book 2. We've had some meetings, just the 4 or 5 of us. I almost said 4. Just the 5 of us about the kingdom. And you have named the kingdom. Do you want to talk about this?
Why not?
I mean, let's do it.
The name is Shrikehaven.
Is it Shrikehaven?
Shrikehaven.
Because wasn't the Stag Lord's fort was on...
It's on the
Shrike
Shrike
River.
River.
Yeah. Shrike River.
Yep.
The River Shrike.
Provide a haven.
Right.
We're a
for
haven.
people
Yeah,
kind of...
exactly. We're going to provide a haven for those.
I don't know. I think it has a good ring to it. Like if you're traveling
Shrikehaven.
from Absalom looking for a place to
Shrikehaven.
settle down. Shrikehaven, that sounds nice.
Yeah,
Sounds like
you're
a
like,
family-friendly place.
yeah, you're like Brevoy, Galt,
Patax, way too...
Patox, meh.
Over the next 100 years, it'll be turned into Shrikehaven.
Shrikehaven. Yep.
Shrikehaven.
Yeah, Shrikehaven.
What are our colors? So we can
Yeah, what are your colors?
We need to get flags made. We got call the tailors. Get clothes made for us so we all match.
I'm back to the animal mascot. Like, do we do Owlbear?
I was thinking Owlbear. I think Owlbear.
The Shrikehaven Owlbears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
The Beakies.
The Beakies.
Shrikehaven Beakies. I think your colors should have turquoise in it. I've always
Why?
been partial to turquoise.
You just like turquoise.
Because Mike likes turquoise. So
I like
okay.
turquoise. Yeah. I'm
well, if
from
we're
New
gonna do an
Mexico.
owlbear, I think they need to be owlbearish colors, like a gray and black.
I thought owlbears were like brown and
I don't know
tan
what color they are. I've never seen
yellow.
one.
Let me tell you about owls.
Yeah,
tell you
Brad
about bears.
is the resident professional on owls.
So yeah, Shrikehaven.
The Shrikehaven Owlbears.
Home of the Owlbears.
We'll come up with our colors. It needs to be something purple for Chris. Because
Yeah,
that's the
I like
color.
Purple
of
and
royalty.
turquoise.
Purple and that's a bit
That's a bit much.
It's a little obnoxious.
2 shades of blue. That would be good if like I don't know. Turquoise is tough for me if you're not like on the coast.
But you guys are on the coast of a lake and a river.
Oh, okay.
So not, you're talking about an ocean, though?
Yes.
Wichita got a AA baseball team called the Wind Surge, which is a coastal phenomenon in Wichita.
And if you look at their mascot, it looks like a horse is farting. It's pretty awesome.
It looks like a flatulating horse.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But we have this minor league basketball team called the Sky Lords, which is like a wizard.
Sky Kings.
Kind of,
Is it
the
Sky
Sky
Kings?
Kings.
I think
That's
it's Sky
right. The
Kings.
Sky Kings. We got the Sky Kings in Wichita, and they were animating wizard beards and wizard hats on the players when they were doing sweet dunks in the commercial.
That's
because
awesome.
remember that? I was like, I'm going to go see. I was like, I'm going to get a Sky Kings jersey. I'm going to go see the Sky Kings. I never did.
Never. It's a hard knowing that.
I just get the feeling they're not very good. I don't know.
All right, well, we'll have to get. We'll leave
their first
the
year.
colors up to Chris in the crest.
Okay,
you
Chris,
go.
what are the colors?
We could roll for colors.
That's a great idea.
All right, I'll start rolling. Let's see. Turquoise.
What do you know? Crazy.
Okay,
Crazy
let's see
that.
here. Ooh, a nice gray.
I like gray.
Do you have a dye?
It's
with
awesome that
colors
you
on it?
had
Like, how-
do you have a color dye or do you have a chart with colors or are you just picking turquoise and gray?
I just made some shit up.
Yeah, all right.
Hey guys,
Oh,
how
is
about
there-
turquoise and gray?
Is there
Hey,
a
guys,
color
let's-
mini game we can play?
Is there a mini game? You guys want to play a color mini game?
You'll probably end up dead out of that.
Can you guys help me with my mini game?
We'll lose a character somehow trying to pick the colors of the kingdom.
Like,
Okay.
Turquoise and gray.
Turquoise and gray.
turquoise,
I don't know. I'll let
turquoise
you
and
guys
gray.
decide. You guys can choose that. I fake rolled for that.
We are 30 minutes in and we've picked our colors.
I know
You
it.
guys, we're doing
An
great.
owlbear.
And owlbears.
So we talked a little bit about kind of what the next week or two is going to look like for you guys after exiting the Stag Lord's Fort. And we know that you guys go back to Oleg's, where you return Oleg to Svetlana. Loving embrace on their part, and you all sit down and have a meal together and celebrate and really have a meeting about what's next and what's to come. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but as I understand it, you dispatched Lindsay, Amiri, and Harim to go back to the fort to hold it. And you also took Mabel. You sent Mabel with them as a prisoner. Meanwhile, you're keeping...
Jaethel, too, right?
Yeah, Jaethel. We sent Jaethel.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I think Jaethel went too, yeah.
Jaethel went too. Okay. Meanwhile, Keston Garrus is still watching over Bob, Rob, and Todd, who are going to stay at Oleg's for now. The reason being, you're not sure they're Brevin. They're from Brevoy, so you may have to return them to Brevoy. You're not sure. Whereas Mabel doesn't really have that nationality, so you're like, well, I'm going to just keep her at my fort. After that, as I understand it, you traveled to Restov, where you met Bashk's brothers. Really one of his two brothers, as I understand it. Where you informed his brother of, unfortunately, the loss of Bashk and returned, his remains to his brother. And you made sure to let me know that you offered his brothers, a home with you guys too.
Yep.
If that's what they want to do. His brothers, meanwhile, are running like a expedition business, something a little bit more formal than like what Bashk's parents were doing and stuff like that. So you went to Restov. You went to Jamandi Eldori's manor and informed her of your success, and she got the wheels moving on your charter, on the orders of the supplies and the monetary support that Restov and Brevoy together are going to provide to you guys. And you've done it. You've eliminated enough threats in the Stolen Lands where you can begin your fledgling nation. That having been said, I think the next thing that's going to happen is about 6 months of downtime, where that's going to lead up to kind of this founding day ceremony where, you're going to start doing your first kingdom turn. And during that 6 months, I know you guys want to trick out a bunch of loot and stuff like that. But, in addition to just sort of what I think of as like this downtime where you're coordinating sort of some of these initial building efforts and some of these things, I also think that the four of you guys are free to kind of do what you need to do as well to lay the groundwork for your kingdom. And I think what that involves is some exploration, some reconnoitering, because, you guys you learned the location of the Stag Lord's fort. And when it was time, you simply went straight to it, but you didn't reconnoiter any of the hexes around it. As we know from kind of having looked at the kingdom rules a little bit, you have to reconnoiter the land before you can seize those hexes. And of course, you want your kingdom to be contiguous. You don't want to seize hexes that aren't connected to the fort. And I guess that also, I think, is something else that you guys decided. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you have decided to establish your first city, your capital city, on top of the Stag Lord's fort, because of the tremendous bonus of receiving a free town hall.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah. So. And, I think I had some reservations when we were talking about it, just with, Bash dying there, it being kind of like not a great spot, but I think with the bonus of the town hall, and then if you look at our map, like it's on a lake and there's rivers from all over the place that kind of go into this lake. So, I mean, I would imagine like, role playing like trade and whatnot, it'd be a pretty sweet place for us.
It's a great place.
Yeah.
It's a great place. I think at this point, you're probably back at Oleg's trading post. Just the four of you guys. You've got your followers off doing separate things. You know that, again, Lindsay, Amiri, Herring, and Jaethel are at the fort down on the Tuskwater. The rest of your companions, I think, are probably chilling with Oleg's, or maybe they're doing something else. I don't know. It's just the four of you guys. Kratala, having become fast friends with the other three, key core party members. What do you do?
So we have to travel down towards... I'm assuming we would travel... Let me rephrase this. Dry would like to travel back towards our new city and claim some hexes along the way. Not claim them, but reconnoiter them.
Yeah.
So we can claim them during our kingdom turn.
Yeah, if we've got full 6 months, I mean, we could probably finish out recon in the Greenbelt.
Yes, that's a good point.
And then maybe a bit in Tuskwater right around the our fort, which we have named Fort Trand in honor of our fallen friend.
Yes. Fort Trand.
Fort Trand, I think that's wonderful. Now, I've added some extra reconnoiter check marks for you guys in the Rossland hinterlands. because while you guys were hunting the Technic League and doing all that stuff, you had a party of your followers out doing reconnoitering for those few weeks. So to bring our players up to speed, all of the Rossland hinterlands at this point are reconnoitered. Much of the green belt is searched, but not all of it. And then really the only hex that has been reconnoitered in the Tuskwater region, which is where Fort Trand lies, the only hex that has been reconnoitered there is the hex containing Fort Trand. So you're telling me you're going to work your way down from O'Legs and then begin reconnoitering these hexes as you approach Fort Trand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The travel is uneventful as you guys set off. Chris, feel free to just spin the days on the calendar, but let's see, which are you going to kind of pick up some of these northern greenbelt hexes that you haven't done before, or are you making back for Fort Trand in an effort to try to get those hexes that are all around Fort Trand?
I don't hate the idea of hitting all that forest in the greenbelt.
We should hit the one that's right next to the dog.
Yeah, just so that we don't have to double back.
Okay, so you take 3 days, you descend back into the forests of the Greenbelt. Now, 4 level 4 player characters. Fucking big shits, right?
Yep.
Make that perception check while you reconnoiter, team. The first rolls of Book 2. Book 2 sure seems a lot like Book 1, doesn't it?
Is that everyone making those, or is it just somebody with
It's everybody.
All right.
Dry Colme rolled a 26.
Ooh. What's my perception?
22 for Kurtala.
14 for Mitch.
Uh-oh. I rolled a 1. I'm just sitting in the trolley, got my feet up on the dash, just kind of leaning back, not really paying attention.
Buried deep in this forest, you come across a pair of hot springs right next to each other, bubbling with this distinctive odor of rotten eggs.
What level is a gas refinery?
You're kind of standing all together in a gaggle observing this. You see that the springs overflow into the surrounding valley, forming a broad, swampy pond. So when you see that there are some trees that were probably flooded and have been killed by this, and you're just sort of standing on the banks of this frothy, sort of hot pond, with 2 obvious hot springs sort of bubbling, from, caves below, perhaps, flooded caves below the center here. And you're just in the middle of the forest.
Do we notice, are there any creatures around?
Roll a perception check.
19. Do we notice anything peculiar about the hot springs? If it smells like rotten eggs, I'm going to go ahead and assume they're sulfur.
Yeah. You don't notice anything peculiar about them. I mean, this seems to be some sort of natural, sort of geological situation. You do see a pair of giant frogs that are sort of lounging on a large rock, sort of in the center of this hot spring. Looks like maybe they've noticed you, but they're not aggressive, and make a nature check.
Are you thinking like giant to frogs or like giant to us?
23.
These frogs are like the size of St. Bernard dogs.
Oh,
they're big.
Frog.
They're giant.
Frog legs for dinner.
What was that result of that nature check?
23.
They might be dangerous to other adventurers, but not for you guys. These are not, at this point, going to be enemies that would give you an ounce of trouble. You could kill them. They would probably attack other people if people were to approach, but they're not a challenge for you guys.
Does their skin look narcotic?
Keep Sirio in the van. Out there licking frogs in the woods. Never see him again.
Don't lick the frogs.
Don't lick the frogs, Sirio.
So do we want to camp here for the night next to the sulfur springs, or we just want to...
No. I don't want a poisonous frog jumping on my face in the middle of the night.
Yeah, really, if we're clearing this out for eventual settlement, they're not just normal animals, right? They're like beasties.
They're beasties, yeah.
So we either have to capture them or put them down. Hate to say it.
Each of these creatures is level 1. This just happens to be a hex you could have come upon at level 1, Sure. Just in this case, it happens that you haven't. I don't feel the need to play out the combat. You are able to approach, and as you get closer to them, as you wade into the very pleasantly warm hot springs. They eventually do notice you. They stand up. They begin swimming toward you. And I'm assuming you kill them.
Hack them to fucking pieces.
Chop them
to pieces.
Kratala out there doing a 2-on-1 match in the water.
Okay, yeah. So you are able to sort of take down this challenge and camp for the night there, and you continue south. This next hex south of you is the Temple of the Elk.
I'm curious about the geothermic hot springs. Is there a way we could harness this? Or you mentioned that they had maybe the way they've sprung and killed the surrounding wildlife. It sounds like that's a recent thing.
Yeah, relatively. I mean, it would seem to be, there were trees in this valley that got flooded by this, again, kind of geothermic event.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm build some hot baths.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, should we make this into like the resort?
Yeah, absolutely. This could be the vacation.
Our first national
destination.
Park.
Yeah, get some of that mud. Get like a face mask thing going.
As far as harnessing the geothermic power here, let's get a well, if you've got a lore that's appropriate. Otherwise, it would just
politics.
be some kind of
Would crafting be applicable?
Yeah, crafting. Yeah.
Fuck. That is a 30.
You don't see a way that this could be like a source of power. I mean, it's just technologically, right? I mean, this the Galarian at this point is just not, to the point where, I mean, maybe, I mean, it's a source of heat. It's, again, there could be some kind of hot baths here,
right? Yeah, and that's
something like that. But as far as like creating a power plant or something,
Would we know if these have any risks?
This isn't like the gold mine where it's like a resource that you've discovered. It's just kind of a cool terrain feature, and again, a great place to. Again, you think, boy, a settlement here could be pretty cool someday. Yep. Maybe
pretty lucrative.
Hot springs, yeah.
So down to this one, 2 hexes down,
so
straight south.
You head south into the Temple of the Elk.
Yeah.
Pass by there, you find it, untouched and really the same as normal. Drycolme wearing this, with the Temple of the Elk, of course, is a place of worship for Aristal. Drycolme wearing this stag helm, which is a symbol of Aristal worship, and you can't help but wonder if maybe the Stag Lord himself retrieved this helmet from this location.
Oh.
It would make sense that maybe the stag's helm came from here. But if that were the case, did the Top Hat Bear and the Stag Lord face off maybe a little bit? I don't know. You'll never know.
We know Tristan didn't.
Yeah, is there Tristan? I'm sure his grave is still here, right? Didn't we bury him here?
I assume you interred Tristan here, yeah.
There's just a top hat laying on the ground still.
Yeah, the top hat's there. Yeah, no one took that. You proceed southeast down into this next forest hex and reconnoiter that. Let's get that perception check.
21.
25.
Got a 28.
Ooh. 14.
Anyone that rolled over a 20 on this perception finds a shallow cave. When you arrive at this cave, you stoop down. It's, the cave is about 5 feet. The ceiling of this cave is about 5 feet high. It goes back into the earth, about 15 feet. And as you inspect it, stooping down slightly to get inside, I need nature or hunting lore, if anyone has hunting lore.
That is not me.
Go nature check.
Yeah, I can go.
Got a 20 total.
There you go.
Sirio, you've read about this before. You think that this is the lair of what must be a huge boar, but the boar does not appear to be here. You turn around, you look back the way you came, you now see the tracks. It's all falling into place. You have not interrupted this boar in his abode, but you think, boy, probably isn't going to be long before this thing returns.
So we are fighting boars in the forest.
Yes. Fighting boars in the forest.
I feel like I've been through this before.
What kind of noise does a boar make?
So I think it'll eventually come back. I mean, I guess we could just wait for it and skewer it and have a...
And then do a camping exercise and have boar for dinner.
I could use some bacon.
Yeah, you guys want to wait? You want to lay an ambush for this thing?
Yep.
Everybody just ready in action.
You stand there ready.
I'm just going to stand right in the cave mouth. Just get ready to explode.
About a few hours pass.
Well, while we're waiting, can I explore the boar cave?
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, root around there. Make a perception check.
Oh, a 23.
And Kurtala never perceived the boar cave, so it's like Dry just disappeared, and he has no idea
where'd he go.
It's like a kid playing peekaboo, right? He's just like, oh my god, it's really gone.
Dry, you're rooting around in there, and other than just droppings and leavings, and I think what these boars are are omnivores, right? I mean, they probably eat other animals too. I mean, there's skeletons and dead things in here, but you don't find any like indication that there are human remains or remains of other, sort of civilized ancestries or whatever. It doesn't look like this boar attacks, kills, again, sort of humans or citizens or whatever. But it does look like it's a powerful, dangerous beast. This might be only a matter of time. Or maybe you think that this thing is a majestic creature that deserves to live too. I don't know.
We'll talk to it and see what it says.
Well, it just so happens as you're rooting around, you do hear a couple of things. You hear what's that sound again? The squeak. Yeah. And I picture Sirio sort of standing outside, maybe with Kurtala. It's like, whoa. This thing is just coming barreling through the woods toward you guys. Roll perception-based initiative checks. He's highly aggressive. Just coming for you.
Apparently he wasn't expecting visitors.
Sirio, Xavier, Sertova.
15.
Dracolme.
18.
Kurtala.
20.
Mitch.
21.
There you go.
Yeah.
I win initiative.
God damn it.
Of course you do.
It's fine. Come closer. I don't have to move then. Level 6 magical boar incoming.
So Sirio and Kurtala are standing at the mouth of the cave. And this boar uses this boar charge ability. The boar strides twice, then makes a tusk strike. As long as it moved at least 20 feet, it gains a +2 circumstance bonus to its attack roll. It is going to make this tusk strike against Sirio, Xavier, Sertova. 23.
Oh, that hits.
Gores you, man. Just a 2d6 +4, not a big deal. Nothing I'm sure you can't handle. 11 damage to Sirio. As it's upon you, you see that the tusks are very distinctive. It's like red and orange streaks coming down these tusks. A scary looking boar, subject to the multiple attack penalty. He goes again on you. 19.
19's a miss.
Okay, you get out of the way. Mitch.
How far away am I from this boar?
One move action.
One move action. All right. I will rev up my armor. Success. Step up and swing my sword two-handed.
Oh my gosh.
Was your sword in your hand, or were you?
I would assume if we were waiting for a giant boar to come back to the cave, I'd probably have... maybe I had my notebook out. No, I had my sword out.
Were you sketching?
That's a 20,
yeah, your sword was out.
21 to hit.
That's a hit.
All right. I wasn't expecting to do damage today.
We're just questing out in the Stolen Lands.
Damn. 1d10 plus... That is 9 damage.
Okay. All right. That takes us to Kurtala. Kurtala, there's a boar.
Yeah,
there's you and Sirio.
There's a big angry boar. I'm going to get on the other side of this boar, so I'm flanking with Mitchell. And then second action, we'll go into Tiger Stance. And then we're going to do Flurry of Blows.
It's over.
Hope so. Unless I roll a natural 1, which I've been known to do. I probably missed. Total 18.
That is right on the bubble. That is a miss.
That's a miss. All right. We'll try with the second one with the map. Total of 26.
That does hit.
Natty 19. All right. Let's roll some damage. 1d8 plus 4 slashing. Ooh. Hit for an 8 for a total of 12.
Ooh, man. The boar looks back at you with a look of betrayal twinkling in its eyes.
What?
I don't know. I'm just fucking with you guys.
All right. What was it? A sentient pig that's like...
Dracolme. Yes, sentient pig.
I didn't get a chance to talk with it. They charged me.
Well, Dry is going to go through his rev up, send hoot, hunter's edge, hunt prey, and then attack.
With the Stag Lord's bow. First time you fired it.
Oh, yeah.
Puts a 27 on the die.
Oh, man, that's a hit.
damage
Put
is
27 on the die.
Yeah.
What kind of die are you rolling?
all of them.
It's got a D30.
I got a D30. That's total 17 damage.
What?
rolled
Okay,
two-
right,
I
because
rolled-
he was your hunted prey, so you did
and I rolled
2d8.
2d8, and I rolled 2-8.
Okay, well, that went fast. This boar runs out of the forest, gores Sirio. Mitch runs up, stabs it. Gratala runs up, claws it, and then this arrow comes out of this cave and hits the boar in its face, and it just falls over, and it's dead.
Okay.
Again, this is a hex that might have given you a lot more trouble if you were level 2 at the time you made it in here.
Oh, yeah.
But you were not.
If I was
You
level
are-
2, that would have maybe...
Yep.
No, it wouldn't have killed me, but it would have taken away half my
They've
health.
been close.
It would have hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this, again, there's kind of these distinctive tusks on this thing. But otherwise, I mean, it's just, again, it's big. It's a big, healthy boar.
Can we roll a nature check on the... Do we know any special properties of these tusks, or are they just pretty?
Yeah, I'm going to try to recall knowledge on this thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Have I heard of this?
It was on an 18 and rolled off to a 2, so I'm pretty sure I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I have a 15 total.
You know, you've heard tell of a, that's what I always say. You've heard tell of a boar, a very dangerous boar that has caused others to live in fear when they see it. This boar has been given the name by local trackers and poachers. This boar is known as Tusk Gutter. Tusk Gutter, his tusks are so distinctive just because he's so old, but also you think there's this combination of like buildup of like blood on these things of various animals and things, but also just that the tusks over time have also worn down, into some of the softer marrow underneath the initial surface of the tusks. It kind of creates this distinctive red and orange sort of pattern on this. But you have ridded the stolen lands of Tusk Gutter.
Sweet.
Sort of an anticlimactic manner. You might want to take the tusks with you.
Yeah, I'd say we take
proof.
the head. Let's mount the head over the fireplace in our town hall.
Tusk Gutter.
Yeah.
Tusk Gutter. You've killed Tusk Gutter.
Tusk
You have found Tusk Gutter's lair.
Now we just have to go find the NPC that's given that quest, so we can just auto turn it in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. I think Kutala looks and says, "Let's go southwest."
Yeah, let's, Mitch looks at Sirio. Sirio, you need to bandage that leg up, or you good to go?
Oh, I would like to heal a little bit.
Yeah, when we camp tonight, I'll touch myself and get all fixed up.
Sirio doesn't want anybody else. And he thinks about
Healing.
healing.
Touches himself.
Nothing about
Touches
healing.
himself. Whoa.
I touch myself.
You exit out of the next day, you exit out of the Greenbelt back into more the plains, into this hex here. Make a perception check.
21.
15.
Ooh, 28.
Not a creature in sight, but you do come across this beautiful, large thicket containing plump, shiny red berries. Make a nature check or survival check.
22 on nature.
Sirio, these are fang berries.
Fangberry.
Delicious.
They're edible.
Sore crayons.
So I'm eating some right now.
If you'd like to attempt to gather some fang berries, I need a survival check.
Oh, I'm not good at that. Oh, well,
Lots of thorns around these fang berries.
I just rolled a 23 on survival.
Did you? You gather a basket of ripe berries, but you take a d6 of piercing damage from the thorns, Dragome. You want me to roll that for you?
Yeah, sure, feel free.
That's 3, sir. 3 damage. But you have a basket of ripe fang berries now.
Mitch, seeing the troubles that Dry had getting the berries, will just take berries out of Dry's basket.
Dry's going to slap his hand away and be like, get your own berries.
Get your own berries. This is the fangberry thicket that you have found. And it's just a beautiful little place. Someone crit fail.
Brad's going to die getting berries.
No, I got a 19. Sorry. I don't think that's a crit fail.
You get a d6 of damage too.
Oh, fuck. That was a trap.
3
Ooh,
damage.
Fine.
Anyone else? Anyone else? No?
no.
Fine.
I got a 5.
Did you really?
Yeah, natural 5.
Oh, you know what, Donnie? You're always there for me.
Right? Glad I could help.
When he needs to
Critical
kill a character,
failure.
when he needs to kill a character, you're there.
It's a critical failure?
Yeah.
Picking berries, I did a critical failure.
Yeah, this is a DC 18 survival check.
That
You weren't picking them. You're just trying to
stupid.
bite them off of the
Apparently.
off the bush. Yeah.
You become you gather no berries.
Okay.
You become clumsy 1
Jesus.
from the pain that you're in. You take a D6 of piercing damage, 3,
God.
and a D6 of persistent bleed damage from the thorns.
Are you serious?
I am. 2 bleed damage, Can
you do me a solid and just go ahead and do the 0 check on me too, so I can get all these conditions at once?
I should have done the 0 check on you. You know what? I will do a solid
Thank
on
you.
you and resolve the 0 check on you.
Oh my
as well.
God.
What do I roll? D12? What do I do?
D12 first, yeah.
I don't even know if I have one of those. Oh, yes, I do. Here I go. 12.
Oh, that's not good, right?
You got a 12?
Yeah.
Swear to God, if I lose my pants again, I'm done.
You're in a gi,
done.
right? So the whole thing would have to come off.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll the D100 now, yeah.
47.
47. Ooh, adapt to adversity. You become weighed down as if under heavy weights. You become clumsy too and encumbered until you accomplish a challenging task, as
So I guess
determined
that's-
by the GM.
Like picking berries.
I guess I gotta
Like
take
picking
that
berries.
clumsy 3.
Clumsy. Yeah, I'm at
Since
clumsy.
you were already clumsy 1.
I'm clumsy. Am I clumsy 2 or clumsy 3?
Well, you were clumsy 1, and then this clumsy 2 got added to that,
Oh.
I think. So
Okay. Yeah. So clumsy 3 and encumbered. So
you feel like there's just this thumb holding you down as you get embarrassed in front of your new friends trying to pick fangberries.
right.
Make another survival check. Try to pick more fangberries. See if you can kick this.
Is this
Wait,
my,
I don't think that doesn't cure you. What? Why would you pick more?
Until he does more, until he does a
Can
challenge.
Can I take someone else's fangberry to see if I even like them?
You can
Yeah,
taste.
you
You can
pick-
taste some of mine.
I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat a fangberry. Does anything cool happen to me?
No.
No.
Probably
They,
missed your
they
mouth.
taste like strawberries.
I'm
Tastes
sure
like
you're so
strawberry.
clumsy. You're probably like crushing it as you're bringing it to your face and like just
Probably.
smearing it on your nose.
Smeared. Yeah. This game.
That one was a 4.
Jesus.
The fangberries elude Kritala. And
Mitch gives Kurtala some of his fangberries.
you
Am
emerge
I-
from the
Am I now clumsy 4?
clumsy form.
Awesome.
I will say that as the afternoon goes on, eventually you're able to get a bushel, or not a bushel, but a basket of fangberries, but not before you get cut the fuck up in that thicket. And that is Pathfinder 2 Kingmaker.
Oh my God.
Congratulations, everybody.
Picking berries.
The fangberries. All right,
What's a
let's just
great-
move on.
It's a great second episode for Kurtala here. He's coming
Kurtala's
off like a
doing great.
real hero.
Real hero, yeah.
So remind me, reconnoitering a hex takes a full day, right?
It does, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're
depending
sleeping
on the
overnight
terrain.
and-
So essentially, it
health
takes the
points
same
back.
amount of time as traveling through it.
Gotcha.
All right, so you you guys shared your route with me here, so I'll precede you to this next hex back into the Greenbelt Forest. You now find yourselves in a forest hex that is directly west of the of Fort Trand, or formerly the Stag Lord's Fort. You're wandering around in this forest that day that you're searching, and actually, the truth is, you're not even really having to reconnoiter to notice this. This is just the day that you're traveling. And you hear frantic voices emanating from the forest, 100, 200 yards ahead of you. As you get closer and closer, the water of the river. This isn't the Shrike River. I don't remember which river this is. This is the river coming from the west. The voices get louder and louder, and you find yourselves kind of going up a hill. Once you get to the top of the hill, you feel like you're going to be able to see down toward the river and down toward these frantic voices. The voices kind of sound high-pitched. What do you do?
Can we make out what they're saying, or can we just tell that people are speaking or shouting or whatever they're doing?
Roll a perception check as you're kind of a little further away. See if you can figure out what they're saying.
Oh, nat 20, 29.
Help! Go over to the back. Get over to the back of the cart. Hold it there. No, not that side. No, over here. No, pull, everyone. Pull together, pull. No, we're losing it. Oh, guys, you gotta listen to me.
I relay. So Syria thinks they're just trying to unstick a wagon. So he's going to let the fellow party members know there's some people trying to unstick a wagon. Do we want to help them?
Oh, heck yeah. This is our community service out there.
You come over the hill, you look down this hill, down toward the river, and you see like 5 gnomes.
Oh, never mind.
And they're all sort of frantically running around this cart that, and you see like a couple horses that are just standing off to the side. They've unhooked the horses, and the horses are just kind of standing there watching as these gnomes are frantically trying to stop this wooden cart, kind of, Oregon Trail style.
Okay.
And it's just sliding down inevitably into the mud of the banks of this river. And there's one gnome in particular that's kind of standing on the banks a little bit. He's covered head to toe in mud. And he seems to be in charge, and he's directing traffic frantically. But it's just not doing any good. And he's like, hey, guys, no, you gotta heave, ho, come on, pull, no! And it's just sinking.
Hey, Brad.
Yes.
Has the trolley got a tow package?
I'm sure we've got some rope.
Let's just pull it out.
Yeah, let's yell out, hey, how can we help?
This trolley comes over there.
So Kurtal,
And I'm just picturing these gnomes running around like, what? How much
like
is
crazy?
Licensing for the Benny Hill music? Like, can that be possible?
Right.
The name of that
Absolutely.
song is Yakety Sax, in case anybody didn't know that.
The gnome who's in charge kind of, you see him look up at you. He's a sad sight. He's got this he looks injured.
Oh.
He's got this kind of like metal helmet that's like punched in a couple of places. He's got blackened eyes. He's got like a tooth that's missing.
Oh my God.
And he's like, his nose is like broken, and the other gnomes don't look much better. And he looks up at you guys and he's like, help us, please.
Yeah, so I'll, I don't know if there's a check, but I'll tie a rope to the bumper of the trolley. At least
You guys want to play the mini game?
I'll play the mini game. Nope.
Mini game, save the gnome wagon.
Save the gnome wagon mini game.
I'll play it.
Are they gnome?
Is it gnome?
Is it gnome?
You have found the Endangered expedition.
Like, can we take the horses, hook them to the front of the trolley, tie the rope to the back of the trolley, tie it to the cart, have the horses and the trolley all pull at the same time?
I would
pull the
like
cart
to
back
say
up on the road.
that if there's any chance of the trolley getting sucked down into the mud, I will not use the trolley.
Well, that's why I want to use the horses too.
Yep.
I misspoke. There are 9 gnomes, including this leader, that are all just running around.
Dude, I prefer 10 pin, but 9 will do in a pinch. So if we can do some gnome bowling, I'd be all about that.
Is there a yellow brick path somewhere?
Okay. So the wagon is 15 feet offshore of this river. So anyone helping first has to make an athletics check to swim out to the wagon.
I'm up for that. I'll take my armor off and put it in the trolley.
Or if Brad, you want to? Either way.
Fold your armor down.
Yep.
All right, let's get the athletics checks.
Wait, does only one of us swimming or 2 of us swimming?
So whoever wants to help.
That is a 18.
25.
Mitch, you swim yourself out there dry as well. If it's like dry is like Phelps, that's when I almost said Fred Phelps, but no, it's
could be Michael Phelps' brother.
the other
Michael
Phelps.
Yeah. And you just swim right out there. Mitch, you're not far behind. Syria, you going for this? I would just love it if you would.
I mean, the climbing harness doesn't help, but I don't know if somehow I can use one of the ropes to attach myself back to the shore or to the trolley itself, just in case something bad happens and I start to sink, I can pull myself out.
I will say that you take an extra round to prepare that safety measure.
So that's what I'm doing this turn.
But shouldn't somebody stay with the trolley? Like, if Brad and I are swimming out to tie ropes, somebody's going to have to drive the trolley. Unless we have a remote control.
Syrio knows the trolley, so Kurtala, you've got to be fairly athletic.
Okay, so Syria's staying with the trolley then, too. Okay, so you and Mitch have ropes tied to the trolley, and you're swimming out with those ropes to try to connect them to this sinking wagon. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Kurtal, are you swimming out there too?
Yeah, rolled a 22 for that.
Oh shit! Come on, man. I mean, he's just this guy can swim.
Now, do you hold your wings out of the water when you're swimming, or are they like spread out to
tuck
like
them in like a bird.
use it like a
Yeah,
plane?
they're tucked behind his back. Yeah,
Like a hydrofoil just keeps you out of the water?
yeah, it just makes him more aerodynamic, right?
Make a crafting check to get these ropes tied.
That's going to go poorly.
All three of you guys have a rope. You can either take a.
Yes. I rolled a 19.
Got it, Bill?
I rolled a 19.
Shit.
I have 0 in crafting. So.
Got a 26.
I got an 8.
Ooh, Kurtala's rope is not affixed. You have 2 of the 3 ropes now affixed to this thing.
Can I go
do you
grab
signal
his
Sirio to drive, or what do you do?
Can I go over and tie his rope?
Next round, yeah, sure. Make that crafting check.
All right.
I'd like to assist Brad.
Okay.
Like, I'll put my finger in the middle so we can tie a bow around it.
25.
Yeah. You have it. Let's get the crafting check for Sirio to gun the engine on the
Crafting check, huh?
Oh,
Let's
boy.
see
Brady,
what I
but I
add
hope
to
the thing
this.
doesn't
I
stall.
add-
Were you paying attention?
I don't. I mean, I made some notes, but there's too much going on to refer to those, so I'm just gonna.
He's never driven a manual before.
19.
Nice. Yes.
fucking Sertova guns it, and Mitch, you watch as the trolley up there, like its front wheels lift off the ground as it's like,
So proud. So proud.
Yeah, and it's going. There's mud spraying everywhere. All this cascade of mud comes back and just lands on this gnomish leader that's like watching what's going on. There's all these other gnomes scuttling around. They're all trying to push the trolley. It's not quite enough. I need athletics checks from you guys next round to try to push this trolley with Sirio gunning it. I've never been so excited in my life. This is it. I can't believe it.
Try.
You guys come.
Try roll
Dry.
24.
Fucking hell, come on. The trolley moves 5 feet as Dry's fucking tendons are standing out on his arms, pushing this thing.
That's a 19 on the die for a 30.
Nice.
He's always knock these out of the park. Mitch gets 10 feet.
I rolled rocks
Kurtala,
today.
can you bring it home?
21 for Kurtala.
Come on. You fucking big guys out there in the water, you big guys.
It's like an old 80s movie. We're all wearing our shorts, got our shirts off.
Glistening chests.
Oh, the
looking
long
like,
hair is flowing.
Yeah, you guys look like Magnum PI, living in Hawaii. With his, okay, fine.
Wearing a pair
You
of
have
jean
saved the wagon, and the gnomes cheer and invite you to have a meal. And the leader of the expedition walks up to you guys and extends his hand toward you. Got a little bit of art for this guy. Check the Discord.
I'm going to push him towards Syria.
Oh my gosh, that dude looks rough.
Oh, you weren't kidding. Looks like he was just in a rumble with Kurtala.
You okay, buddy?
He's in a rumble. He's got cuts on the bridge of his nose. His lips are all messed up. He's got kind of a Tony Stark goatee going on. These fantastic brownish, blackish, long
Eyebrows.
eyebrows. Thank you. I was like doing this motion with my hands. I couldn't think of the word eyebrow.
Dude, he looks
And
like he
he-
got shit whipped.
He
Yeah.
extends his hand to you and he says, "Hello, I'm Jubilost Narthropple. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Thank you for helping us with our wagon. We're out here on an expedition. We were attacked by mitflits. A whole gaggle of them overran us. We were able to take them out, but not before our horses got spooked and ran down into the river. Thank you."
Well, glad we could help you there. What's so important in this wagon that you could have risked sinking down in the mud yourselves?
He says, "My writings, my notes. I've been exploring these lands with my 8 companions who all have their own names. Don't ask me to name them. I know them, though. And just everything, my maps, my notes, my writings, everything. I'm out here writing my next novel, my next book."
Is this guy somebody famous?
Make the society check.
Oh, not it.
Oh, natural one.
Have you ever heard of me?
I don't know.
That's still
I mean,
an
I
11.
read a lot of books, but mostly fiction. So
My
yeah,
name
I
is
put
Jubilost Narthropple.
4 on that.
Narthropple. No?
No, I've not heard of you. Sorry, man. You
was-
spoke of
Wait, society? Hang on, let me roll it. 14, get it?
Yeah, you've heard Jubilost Narthropple. Those were books you should have read in honors English, but you did not read them when you were in Sword Lord school. And but you're aware that this dude is he's like a nonfiction sort of expedition writer person, and he's relatively famous.
I know. What's up, Northropple?
You're like, what's up, Northropple? He casts his eyes over to you. He sees your Aldori sword glinting, and he makes it immediately. You're from Restov. Hang on. Are you Mitchell, Groning, Syria, Sertova, Drykolme? But I don't know this one, points at Krutala.
That's Mitchell Lewis Groning.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mitchell Lewis. I've heard of you guys. I've heard of you. Happy to make your acquaintance. He knows you.
Makes me feel pretty cool. So Mitch remembering our little foray with the Mitflits is kind of a little concerned that there's another host of them around. Like, how far away were you attacked by these Mitflits? And you said you killed them all?
Not far from here, yes. We killed the whole band. Nothing got away. And he sort of gestures to his sword cane that he has. And it looks pretty. I mean, again, it's concealed within the shaft of the cane, but looks nice. You know, the pommel looks nice. And he says, we made short work of them, but and I did take a Mitflit to the face.
Well, thank you for ridding them. This is an area that we're trying to tame.
Well, you're most welcome. Thank you for helping me catch my cart. Thank you.
Yep. And let's get you fixed up there. I kind of ask him to gather his buddies around, and I'll do a 3-action heal to kind of heal burst them.
They're all dancing around. You know, they're happy. They're being gnomes. I don't know.
A bunch of Keebler elves.
A bunch of Keebler elves. You know, they start making cookies.
And you mentioned you've got detailed notes. Are these like detailed, like survey level notes of the surrounding areas?
Oh, yes, of course.
We would be very interested in kind of reading those over if you're okay with that.
Oh, well, look, this is my intellectual property. I can't just... I appreciate you helping me with my cart. I'll be happy to compensate you. But look, I can't just give my discoveries away. If you had discoveries to offer me, maybe we could trade. But otherwise, you can purchase my information. Let's say 10 gold, a hex. Oh. He says hex. It's weird.
That's too much. We can just go do this on our own.
Well, look, sit down with me tonight. Let's hang out. Let's get to know. Let's have a meal. Let's relax. Thank you.
Wait, we have all these areas up in the hinterlands explored, right? So we would have
and tonight
a survey
when we
of that.
Yeah, right? Tonight when we talk to him, we'll figure out kind of which areas he's talking about, and if it's not anywhere near our realm, whatever. But if it's in the Tuskwater, I think I'll mention to him, this is our land. So regardless of what you discovered, it's ours.
It's a conversation that we can resolve here as time goes on. But you sit down with these gnomes. They're lovely.
How's their food? Like, is it?
Oh, it's sugar cookies dipped in chocolate. I mean, it's just it's not bad. What are some other Keebler elf things? They got what other cookies do they have?
Fudge sticks.
Yeah, man. They got fudge sticks. They got.
We have 2 baskets of fangberries in the whip too. So.
He goes, "You got fangberries? Bring them over." He starts boiling them up.
Krutala's carrying the basket over and trips and falls and dumps them all out.
Krutala falls into face first to the basket
because he's still fucking clumsy.
It does look like you were able to fill out some hexes this time, and maybe with Narthropple's help, you should be able to get the rest of this Tuskwater region figured out pretty quickly. And I'm thinking maybe we can turn the clock here next episode and really start laying down this kingdom next time.
Heck yeah.
This exploration, I just think needed to happen in order for you guys to start being able to claim hex contiguous to Fort Trand.
I feel better about that, knowing that we've got everything around us fairly explored.
Jubilost Narthropple is in the game.
What does he take over? What can we put him in charge of?